may look similar to another video that we already did for Seaquest State Park. This one is about Mount St. Helens, specifically the Johnson Ridge Observatory. Yeah, so the park, I'd highly recommend it.
Yeah.
If you could get in here, it is an hour east to the Mount St. Helens, the Johnson Ridge Observatory, which is, they have exhibits and other things in there. That is also closed right now, but the grounds themselves, the hikes around that area are still open. The road up to Johnson Ridge they keep that road pristine. That is a really, really nice road. Now, right now, because of the situation, it wasn't very full. There weren't a lot of people up there, and it does say closed on the mileage sign. So I think that a lot of people believe that the observatory or the
they can't even get on the road or something.
But it is open, so if you see this and you're in the area, I would highly recommend.
Yeah,
it's
the bathrooms
probably,
are open. You can use the facilities.
And they're very clean.
Yeah,
very
and
well
the gift shop's
maintained.
open. They just I think they don't have
the exhibits.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And all the hiking trails. It's really nice up there. And there's a lot of on the way. There's a lot of turnouts if you want to just
viewpoint
stop.
things.
Yeah.
Yep. We did go there in 2009 with our kids, and it was open at that time.
Yeah.
And when it does open back up, it has exhibits. It has a relief table of how the mountain used to be or how it was, and the mud flows and all that. It's very fascinating.
Yeah.
And so Mount St. Helens erupted on May 18th, 1980, and that isn't from something that I read. We lived through it. I mean, it's not like it affected us, but I was 10, you were 9 at the time, or you were 8.
Yeah, I was almost
8, yeah,
a week before my...
So I was 9, yeah. Anyway.
We were kids.
Anyway, I remember standing in the street in front of our house and seeing the ash plume going up. I have a picture of it somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. But being that young and knowing that, I don't think that we really appreciated how significant it was, how big it was.
Yeah.
It was pretty scary. I mean, there were a lot of people that were freaked out by it. But I remember watching the news of how it affected Spokane and the Toutle River here, and so it's really interesting. If you like history, not like world history, but geological history, it's really fascinating. It's really beautiful and interesting and awe-inspiring for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So anyway, from I-5, it's about 15 minutes to the park.
I think so, yeah.
And then another hour from here to the Johnson Ridge. So an hour and 15 minutes, 2.5 hour round trip, well worth it. Yeah. If you're going down I-5, make the trip up there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I think I've said that enough. Make the trip.
There are a lot of trails up there that kind of go off. We just kind of stuck to the paved marked ones, but they're still marked, but you can go off on a dirt trail.
Yeah, if you wanted to do a little bit more hiking. And I think that probably is hiking. There are a lot of really long trails. Like I think that you can get a permit and stay overnight on some of these trails. They're very long.
Go over to Spirit Lake and all that, yeah.
I would highly recommend before you head up there that you check the weather. If you're going to be in the area for several days, just check the weather, because if it is cloudy, you're probably not going to see the mountain. It still will be interesting, but
and you might see the crater, but just to see the whole thing is pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And pictures and video don't do it justice. I mean, you can't get the perspective of how massive it is, how much changed that day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at a before picture and you see a mountain, and then the after picture and what you're seeing today is that big crater. Just how much. One of the signs that we saw there said that ridge, Johnson Ridge, where the observatory is, when the mountain erupted, it was like 500-mile-an-hour winds coming down.
So the trees were just there and then gone.
Yeah. Or they were there, had their bark and limbs ripped off, and now just standing as a dead forest. We couldn't see any of those now. You see a lot of stumps that were just twisted, broken right off, but off in the distance they point out that there was a standing dead forest. We couldn't see it. We could see some live trees there, and now it's been 41 years, so it's possible that they've toppled and decayed, but pretty fascinating, pretty interesting stuff. We also went down to, that was Clear Lake, right?
Yes.
And
Coldwater.
Coldwater
Creek and Coldwater Lake.
Yeah. And that was really pretty. That was formed by the eruption, and they said that the area that we were standing, the ash and debris caused a dam, which caused the lake. And if we were standing there without the lake, it would be a huge valley several hundred feet or a couple hundred feet down with just a stream. So in our lifetime, that lake was formed, and to me that's just awe-inspiring.
Yeah.
So anyway, highly recommend it. I think I've probably said that 7 times. Highly recommend it. Exclamation point.
It's a drinking game.
Get started early.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us again. Hope that you enjoyed the video.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, highly recommend it. We will see you next time. Bye.